Hello, Shadows.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to Lurking in the News Volume 12, our true crime news segment.
Yes, 12 already. Look at that.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are enjoying these. I don't mind them. I think it's nice to keep people up to date and in the know of especially like little things like cases solved by our beautiful DNA.
Yeah. And this week I have, well, one that's like a new case that's happening. I have a unsolved murder that is now solved. And I have like a new suspect in an unsolved case. So,
Nice. I'd give you a
good
synopsis
variety.
of mine, but I can't remember.
I just did this last night, so it's fresh in my
Yeah,
head.
see? It's been a couple of days for actually it's probably been we're recording on a what's today?
Today's
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I did mine on Thursday, so
Hmm.
yeah. So I don't remember, so this will be new to you and new to me. All right, I'll start us off with Monika Rubacha, I think is how you would say, or Rubacha. On February oh, on February 26th, the husband of 44-year-old Monika Rubacha was on a work trip in South America. He became increasingly concerned when his phone calls to his family went unanswered. He quickly became even more concerned that he called the police to do a welfare check on his family, and when police arrived, it was not reported what they had found, but they found evidence that prompted them to then enter the residence.
Hmm.
When they entered, they found 44-year-old Monica, 14-year-old son Josh, and 11-year-old daughter Emma, all dead in an apparent murder-suicide.
Oh my.
The kids were both found in separate rooms. Police stated there was no other evidence to suggest anyone else but Monica was responsible. Officer Randy Warren stated, "This is a horrible, horrible thing for the deputy staff to witness, and even worse for the father and the husband, who was on his way back from South America. He flew in this morning, had to be notified of what happened here. It is an incredibly emotional day for him. It's not a good scene at all." End quote. The
Oh, that's
family,
terrible.
I know, this is like,
Yeah, that poor husband.
I should have looked up the statistics, and I think we have covered it before of like what the numbers are for like a woman to do something like this, and it's very, very slim.
Yeah, it's
So
not very common.
yeah, not at all. The family had moved to Florida 3 years prior. There was no previous record of any 911 calls to the house or any other signs that the family was in stress or danger. At this time, police are waiting on autopsies to have a little more information about what happened, and that's all we have for right now.
Oh, that's sad. How
Yeah.
old was the youngest kid?
I do believe it was 11. Yeah,
Oh,
11
okay.
years old.
So this is not a postpartum issue. This is
No,
something else.
this must be some kind of mental health issue, I would suspect.
Yeah. Well, it's very sad for the husband and grandparents and everyone else.
Yes. Yeah, that poor husband.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to not only find out your family is dead when you come home, but like your wife did it.
Yeah. And like, can you imagine thousands of miles away and you can't do anything?
Yeah. Wow, that's awful.
Yeah.
All right, next up is the Wayne County triple homicide. A 22-year-old man named Ivan Miller led a multi-state manhunt after he murdered 3 women in Wayne County, Utah. On Wednesday, March 4th, 2026, a call came into the Wayne County Sheriff's Office around 4:30 p.m. reporting 2 deceased women at a trailhead off SR 112 in Wayne County. Linda Dewey, age 65, and Natalie Graves, age 34, who were niece and aunt, were found in a dried-up creek bed at Coxcomb Trailhead by their husbands, who went looking for them after they didn't return home. So that's awful. Wife doesn't return home, and oh, there she is dead on a trail. Like that's
Yeah.
A ranger with the Bureau of Land Management said he found 3.45 shell casings and one spent 20-gauge shotgun shell near the bodies, which appeared to have been dragged to where they were found.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Both a 45 and a shotgun are both very big caliber weapons to be carrying around.
Yeah. Yeah, shotguns are scary.
Yeah, they are.
The ranger said there were drops of blood going from the road to where the bodies were located. He said he also observed the women's tracks going uphill near a Buick hidden under a tree, and also found a set of unidentified tracks. The two women drove a white Subaru Outback to the trail that appeared to be missing or stolen. The Buick that was near the scene was discovered to belong to a woman named Margaret Olroyd, who's 86. So deputies conducted a welfare check at her home to figure out, like, why is this woman's Buick here? And they found blood marks in her living room and drag marks leading out of the home.
Oh my God.
They found Olroyd deceased in a cellar under a shed on the property, and it appeared her body was moved there using a wheelbarrow.
Wow.
One of the trailhead victims' husbands used an app to track the location of the key fob in the Subaru, and they tracked it in New Mexico and then in Colorado. Investigators also utilize automated license plate readers and real-time tracking to monitor the vehicle as the suspect fled through southern Utah into Colorado. So he drove from Utah, he drove through Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado.
Yeah.
Colorado law enforcement was notified of the incident and observed the Subaru at a gas station in Pagosa, Colorado, with a white man described as being approximately 6 feet tall with dark shaggy hair. The Subaru was later found and abandoned, and suspected the man had fled on foot. Officers worked to secure the vehicle and found a cell phone plugged into the center console, as well as a magazine for a handgun with what appeared to be a .45 caliber ammunition and 20-gauge shotgun shells, the same found at the trailhead. Police made a statement that residents should remain inside with their doors locked, and local schools even closed while this was happening. At approximately 2:45 a.m., Pagosa law enforcement had the suspect in custody after searching the area and identified him as 22-year-old Ivan Miller, who was from the rural town of Blakesburg, Iowa. So from the time this all happened, they found him within 12 hours. So that's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
He had a Rock Island brand 1911 model .45 caliber pistol on him, and was also found with financial cards belonging to the two women found dead at the trailhead. He is believed to have no connections to the victims or to Utah, and these attacks appear to be random. So it's like, this guy's from Iowa, 22 years old, like, why are you in Utah murdering 3 women?
Yeah. Like, how did we get here?
We don't know. Police believe he killed the 80-year-old woman at her home first, before stealing her vehicle and driving to the trail. Miller told law enforcement that he hit an elk in Loa, Utah, a few days before, so he did not have a vehicle due to a towing company taking it. Again, I still don't know why he was driving in Utah, but apparently this all stemmed from him claiming to have hit an elk.
Okay.
Miller said he stayed the night in a back shed that belonged to Margaret Olroyd. Why he didn't get a hotel or something, I don't know. So he doesn't have a car, so he's just chilling in some random person's shed.
Also, yeah, I mean, is he down to his last dimes or something? Because also, like, you could Uber somewhere.
Yeah, there's not really, I guess because it's still an ongoing investigation, there's really not much information released about this, like, why he was there. I don't even know if they know yet.
Yeah.
He said he saw a, quote, old lady drive away in a Buick, so he entered her home and waited for her behind a door.
Oh, scary.
After she returned home, he shot her in the back of the head while she was sitting down watching TV.
Jesus.
Miller said he cleaned up the scene the best he could, dragged her out to the shed and down into the basement where he left her. He said he grabbed his things and took the car, but, quote, did not like the car and wanted to find a different vehicle.
What the fuck?
So he stalks and kills this woman for her vehicle and then decides, actually, I don't like this vehicle. So he goes on to
Yeah.
find a new vehicle. It's not known why he went to the trail, but he was sitting there in the Buick when he noticed two women get out of a Subaru. So they became his next targets. Court documents state, quote, Miller said that he went up to them and shot the younger one in what he thought was the chest and she went down. Miller then shot the other one twice in the body, but that she was still moving. Miller then stabbed her multiple times in the heart, end quote.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
He admitted to dragging both of the victims to a ditch and laying them next to one another. Miller said he killed the women because he needed money and claimed that he intended to use the vehicle to get back to Iowa, but had stopped in Pagosa to get gas. He confessed that the killings had to be done, but did not like to do it.
Okay.
And that's kind of where this case leaves off until they investigate more and he goes to court.
Wow. Hey,
So that's kind of a crazy one.
Yeah, he kind of woke up that day and hit that elk and was like, you know what? That's it.
Yeah, clearly mental health is at play here, but I don't know his history. I didn't really find if he has any arrest history or any criminal history. So there's a lot that needs to come from this one yet.
Yes. Still crazy.
Yeah, hopefully we'll give an update on a future Lurking in the News.
Yeah. My next one is Robbie Crites. Robbie Crites, who was 20 years old in 2018 when he joined Zachary Dalton Watson, Austin Drake Womack, and Ronald D. Brawley III on what was supposed to be a fishing trip. It was Father's Day weekend in June 2018, and they planned to enjoy their time at the Jack Fork River in Shannon County, Missouri. But instead of a fun day fishing on the river, Robbie was found drowned.
Oh.
Angela Moyers, who was the mother of Robbie, was notified her son drowned due to his epilepsy in the river.
Oh.
But a mother's instinct told her otherwise. She said, quote, "We're talking about a 20-year-old. I would have to sit in the bathroom with him while he took a shower because he was afraid of having a seizure and drowning," end quote. Angela, sad. I know. I couldn't imagine having epilepsy. I always really feel for people who have. Angela started a Facebook page called Justice for Robbie Crites in the hopes that it would bring more attention to her son's death. After the attention from the community finally made police reopen the case in early 2025 after simply writing it off as an accident due to his epilepsy, she said, quote, "It's been a bad struggle. It's been a long road. And I said I was never going to quit, and I haven't. And this is the outcome," end quote. When investigators reported the case, they stated it would be, quote, extensive. Oh, let me start that over. When investigators reopened the case, they stated it would be, quote, extensive and thorough review of the original investigation, evidence, and the circumstances surrounding Robbie's death, end quote. The investigation took until March 5th, 2026 for all three men to be arrested. They are being held each on a $250,000 cash bond. The case is still actively being investigated, but this is the story so far.
Okay.
The men assaulted Robbie, tied him up with fishing line, and threw him in the river to drown.
Wow, what pieces of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and they all look like real scumbags.
Oh, I bet. We'll insert pictures if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah. Austin Womack was the one who kept running his mouth about the murder. Multiple witnesses told police that he admitted to the murder. 3 weeks after the killing, a witness stated they asked Austin when they saw him, quote, "Hey, aren't you one of the boys who killed Robbie?" end quote. Austin's reply was, "Yeah, I killed that motherfucker. He owed me money for dope."
Huh. Yeah, it makes me wonder if people are like heard this. Why did it take them 7 years to reopen the case?
It took for the mother to have this Facebook page and get the community behind them to finally harass the police enough to reopen this case.
Wow.
Yeah. But in another witness statement, it is alleged that Austin told another entire group by a bonfire that he killed Robbie for sexually assaulting his sister. He also claimed he beat him, stabbed him with a hook, and killed him and kicked him into the river.
Aye.
Per the affidavit, when Robbie was pulled from the water, he had a grab hook in his ribs, along with the fishing line wrapping around his ankles, knees, and back.
Do we know if he was dead before he went into the water?
I don't think I've gotten an official autopsy report to say that he had like actually drowned. But that's what they told the mother, was that he drowned. So I'm guessing they found that he drowned, and what just rode off the fishing line is like, and the stab wound. I don't know what happened with the autopsy.
Did he ever have an official autopsy, I wonder?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't find anything on like any of the news reports never mentioned anything about like a coroner or medical examiner's final report.
Yeah, so maybe they wrote it off as an accident to begin with and didn't bother.
And no autopsy was ever done.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. It was also reported that Ronald threw the first punch and that the other two boys thought Robbie was dead, so they tied him up and put him under a log in the water. As this investigation continues, the local police state, quote, "Our investigators refused to let this case remain closed when the facts did not add up. This office is committed to seeking justice no matter how much time has passed," end quote.
Good.
So, yeah, they're arrested and they're held for the bond, but we have to wait for, official charges.
Yeah. Well, moral of the story is never look past a mother's intuition.
No, moms know best.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope she gets some closure and gets some answers and justice for her son.
Yeah, and moms don't give up, so she didn't give up.
Yeah, good for her. Next up is Christie Luna. On March 11, 2026, cold case detectives have named a new person of interest in the 1984 disappearance of 8-year-old Christie Luna. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office said it is focusing on Warren Gilbert Williams Jr. in connection with the decades-old cold case after a new tip came forward. On May 27, 1984, Christie Luna went to Belk's General Store in Green Acres, just 400 feet from her home, around 2:30 p.m. to buy cat food for her cats.
Shut your mouth.
I know. She's one of us.
She is.
A grocer remembered her selling her the cat food, and she was last seen walking home barefoot but never made it. 400 feet! She was snatched in just 400 feet.
I'm telling you, that's why I don't leave this hotel room without something on me.
I know.
That's scary.
It's like the one victim in the Freeway Phantom case who went to the store a block away and was still kidnapped.
Yeah, that's scary.
It's horrifying that it can happen that quickly.
Yep.
Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office stated, quote, "The information we received was that Warren Gilbert Williams Jr. was remodeling a home near both Belk's General Store and Christie's home on the day she disappeared. He left that home and his remodeling efforts to buy cigarettes at Belk's General Store, and he never returned. The people who were surrounding themselves with Mr. Williams that day and working with him stated that they noticed police efforts in the area to locate Christie on the same day," end quote. So, this man decides to buy cigarettes and then just happens to...
And that's...
At the same time, this little girl is buying cat food.
God.
Something in the world needs to happen where lightning just strikes these people down before anything can happen.
Actually, I'm pretty sure my last news case involves a 7-year-old. that's
Oh, God.
kind of like this, just snatched.
Mm-hmm. The tipster also said Williams Jr. installed a concrete pad in his backyard a week after Luna disappeared.
Oh, wow.
On February 25, 2026, detectives and a cadaver dog went to Williams Jr.'s house and got permission from current owners to search the property. A canine handler searched the whole yard for any presence of human remains but didn't find anything. Ground penetrating radar was also used, but detectives said they did not detect any human remains. A portion of the yard was even excavated, even where the concrete pad was located, and a 20-foot tree was removed from the pad, but still nothing was found. So unfortunately, I mean, we got this tip about this guy, but it didn't really bring anything forward. But there is some nasty background info on this piece of shit suspect.
Ugh, can't wait.
Williams Jr. lived in Lake Worth when Luna disappeared, and he had a past that included having sexual relationships with children. Williams Jr. was in a Florida prison from 2007 to 2013 after he was convicted of sexual battery on a child under the age of 12.
Ugh.
He was released from prison in Florida in 2013, and then that same year taken into a jail in Alabama for sexual abuse of a child, where he then died in an Alabama jail in 2016. Why do we let these people out of prison?
Yeah. I mean, thank fuck that I guess he got him in Alabama, but yeah, why are we letting them out for it to happen again?
I don't know.
Our justice system is garbage. Do you think a man who...
I'm sorry, child predators need life.
I'll say,
no parole, nothing else. You're stuck in prison now.
Yeah. If you, in your head, can sexualize a child, you have a problem that needs... And there is no... I don't believe there is some... You can't just take that out of them. No, you cannot just take that out of them. So...
Nope, there is no fixing that.
No.
I mean, you can lock them up in like a mental institution for the rest of their life too. Either one. But you're not fixing the problem. They just need to be locked away forever.
No, they cannot just go out in the free world and do what they want. They're going to do that.
And it's proven time and time again. This is not the first time we've talked about this where someone was released and then did the same thing again.
Yep.
Detective William Springer said there are multiple suspects in Luna's disappearance, including Willis Rambo, who was incarcerated by the Florida Department of Corrections, his brother Charles Rambo, who was living in Tennessee, Victor Waniyetti, who is now dead, William Ferris, and Warren Williams Jr. Springer is quoted saying, quote, "They are suspects. If you've got information on any of them or someone new, we'll look at them and we do what we need to do," end quote. So if you are someone with information on any of these suspects or any information about the disappearance of Luna, please contact the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office at 561-688-3000, because this is sadly still an unsolved case. We do not know where she is.
Oh, that is sad. Jeez.
Yeah.
With everything going on in the news and the stuff with the government and everything, and then cases like this, it just really floors me.
Yeah, this is a terrible place.
Yeah, it's fucked up here. It's really...
Yeah. For many reasons, yeah.
Yeah. Y'all got me fucked up.
I know. If there is other life out there, another planet with humans on it, I hope it's better than this.
Yeah, come get me.
Yeah, please. Where are the aliens?
Yeah.
Come get us.
Where are the aliens?
Or just take the president. Either one.
Take down the whole dynasty.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to start over.
Yeah. Clean slate.
Yeah, take every Democrat, take every Republican. We need to start over with all new ones.
Yeah, all new ones. They're all bad. Well, unfortunately, mine also involves a child, so. Morgan Viola, 7-year-old Morgan Jade Violi, was living in Bowling Green, Kentucky on July 24th, 1996. She was outside of her apartment playing in the yard. At the same time, the scum of the earth named Robert Scott Froberg had escaped from an Alabama prison that April
God.
and was on the run still.
Another Alabama
Robert,
prison.
yeah, actually, you're right.
Stay away from Alabama.
I agree with that. Robert was around 32 years old. He fled to Pennsylvania after escaping.
Oh, no. Get
It
away!
was,
Get
I
out
know.
of here!
Yep. It was reported he hid in a treehouse when a 7-year-old boy found him and talked to him.
Oh,
The boy
God.
told his parents, so he was arrested, but only for a short time. And he was back in jail and in Pennsylvania, and I'm guessing because of the times, there's no communication that he has escaped to Alabama, you know?
Yeah. Can you imagine those parents, your 7-year-old says, "Hey, Mommy, there's a man in the treehouse," and you find out it's a
God.
child predator?
I would fucking die. And so would
Yeah.
he.
And so would he.
Yeah. Once out of jail again, he made his way from Pennsylvania to Ohio, where he stole a maroon Chevy van. He drove through Bowling Green, Kentucky to buy drugs, and this is when he snatched Morgan right out of the front yard of her home in broad daylight.
Oh, my God.
He continued heading south. The abandoned van was found a few days later at a Tennessee truck stop. Morgan's body was found on October 20th, 1996, beside a barn in White House, Tennessee, near the state border.
Oh.
Evidence was collected from both the van and Morgan's body. There were hairs found inside the van, as well as fibers found in Morgan's hair. With the technology and evidence they had back then, they could at least figure out that the van and the fibers in her hair matched, placing her inside.
Okay.
They had DNA from the suspect, but nothing to compare it to identify him. U.S. Attorney of the Western District of Kentucky, Kyle G. Bumgarner, said about Morgan, quote, "All the while Morgan fought. She screamed. She resisted. Morgan was a fighter," end quote.
I can't even picture it.
No, 7 years old. A month after he murdered her, he was finally caught for escaping the Alabama prison, but the murder would remain unsolved for 30 years while Robert remained in prison.
I have chills.
Yeah. But with new DNA technology, police decided to send off the strand of hair to be tested in the beginning of 2026. The results came back.
Oh, yeah, DNA.
Hell yeah. The results came back positively identifying Robert Froberg. He admitted to the crime and could be facing the death penalty if convicted.
Oh, he better get the death penalty.
Yeah. I mean, he's in Alabama. He probably is getting the death. Well, I don't know where they would charge him. Even Kentucky, I bet he'd still get the death penalty.
I hope so, yeah. Hopefully, whatever state they... I mean, I guess it would be Kentucky because that... Or no, Tennessee. That's where it took place?
Killed. I'm guessing she was killed in Tennessee the way it seems.
But she was from Kentucky, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know where they would determine...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where they would try him at.
Yeah, I don't know how the laws work that way.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But yeah, it's at least...
I'm glad we got him.
Yeah, it's solved, even though the charges haven't come yet. A 30-year-old case for the 7-year-old girl. I mean, he's been behind bars, so at least that, but still, that family had to go 30 years not knowing exactly what happened.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I hope her parents are still alive to hear this news.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. But you would, you would think, because then she would be around 37. So hopefully they're still alive.
All right, right, last I have Ashley Okland, another Iowa person. Iowa authorities have announced an arrest in the cold case murder of realtor Ashley Okland nearly 15 years after her death. On Wednesday, March 18, 2026, authorities announced 53-year-old Kristen Elizabeth Ramsey of Woodward is charged with first-degree murder stemming from Okland's death. On April 8, 2011, the body of 27-year-old Ashley Okland was discovered inside a model townhome where she was hosting an open house. I can't accept that 2011 was almost 15 years ago.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
That math ain't math.
I
can't accept that.
Math. It does math correctly, but
she had been shot twice.
Mm.
An employee working in the complex heard the gunshots and called 911 after finding Okland bleeding on the ground. Ramsey, the woman that was arrested, had worked as an administrative assistant and sales manager for Rotland Homes, which was the developer of the townhome where Okland was murdered. The case went cold for many years despite nearly 900 leads and 500 interviews. Officials have not released details of what led to Ramsey's arrest and how they determined it was her, but it follows an indictment from a Dallas County grand jury. I cannot speak today. She is currently being held in the Dallas County Jail on $2 million cash bond. Dallas County. West Des Moines Assistant Police Chief Jody Hayes said in a press conference, quote, "Ashley's story has kept many of us awake at night, revisiting the details over and over in our minds, searching for that missing piece that would tie everything together and lead us down the right path to identifying a person that was responsible for this act," end quote. So now we'll just wait and see what happens at her trial, but there is someone arrested for her murder.
Good.
See, a lot of information is not quite released on this one.
Yeah.
But
a lot of
we'll
these
give it a future update.
Yeah, we won't know a lot of information until they go to trial, but
yeah,
solving all these cases.
Yeah, but it's good for her family. Her brother and sister spoke out at the press conference about getting some answers finally.
Good.
Huh. So yeah, that was the news for this month.
Yeah, and always, if you guys have any news cases you'd like us to cover, send them our way.
Yeah, you can email us at lurkingshadows.podcast@gmail.com. You can send us DMs on Instagram and Facebook.
Thank you for watching. Please give us a thumbs up and check us out on all of our other socials.
Please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to be notified of future uploads, and keep lurking around for our next video. Bye!